Gary's Gadgets!
Okay, today we're going to do what I call keyology. What's keyology? Well, it's kind of like geology, except we're going to go through the layers of keyboards for a specific area in time or space, and that would be the living room. Keyboards in the living room. Why would you want a keyboard in the living room? HTPC, home theater. Yeah, so you basically set up a computer in your living room, hook it in. Windows, I think, had their Windows software and stuff like that. And Linux, you can do Myth TV. So you want to be able to use your computer in the living room. You needed a keyboard. Most part, you weren't really using it for writing up stuff, or you're really just using it for either gaming or controlling just the different functions of the home theater PC. If you're lucky enough to get the remote working, that's fine, but your remote couldn't do everything, especially if you're running Linux and you go to update the system. You need to key in your password so you can sudo the update. So what do we got here? On the top we got the plug-in keyboard. You know, this one's mouse. You'd have to have a plug for the keyboard, a plug for the mouse, and then you're limited to the length. So this really wasn't the greatest solution unless the computer or you had extensions going across the room. It just really didn't work. So we'll just take and move that one out. And of course, it fell down. And that fell down too. Alrighty. I figured that would do that. Anyway, next up, I thought, wow, it'd be great if I had it all in one. So I found this. It wasn't inexpensive, but it wasn't too bad. This is old enough if you want to go back in time to the old PS2 connectors. Yes, PS2. That's not PlayStation. Those were the connectors. Still take up your mouse and keyboard. Plug them in. You could then use this trackpad and full like laptop keyboard. It was nice. Still limited in range, but at least now I could, you know, pop this in front of the, do what I needed to do to update the system. So let's see if this falls down. All right. Next up, of course, you could go wireless, and that was ideal because you could then get the little dongle, USB dongle, and put you know, one thing for both. So in this case, this is the Logitech K330. This one I actually have hooked up to a Steam box, or Steam Link, that's it. And that allows me to play video games that's on my main gaming computer, which is a loud beast, out in my living room, where I can just sit in the recliner and play video games. And some games, you know, require a keyboard, otherwise you can use a controller. So that would be the next step. But then I found out, wouldn't it be nice if you had a full keyboard in your hand? That's where this comes in. This is the Lenovo 5901. It's a system. It has a little place for the dongle. This is currently hooked up to my home theater. One of the drawbacks of this, it's nice. It's got a little track ball. You can use that around. It's kind of like the reverse mouse. Got the left and right clicking. It's designed fairly nice. It doesn't have a backlight, and these keys, you can press them, but it's very easy to press the wrong one because they're so close together, and if you're just off a little, you can press two buttons. So this was getting there, but just not quite. And then along came the mini keyboards. These things are awesome. You can get them with regular batteries, or in this case, this one has a rechargeable. They have their little dongle. Plug that into, you can run it into your computer, or better yet, Android TV box. So, and what's great about this? Well, it has the trackpad. It has some gesture touching. It has, you know, volume control, play, and OK right there. So it's you can use it as a remote and as a keyboard. And these keys are nice because you can hit a button and no, here we go, that one. so you can backlight it. So whenever you type, you start typing, you can just look down at the keys, because you know you're not going to be sitting there touch typing, you're going to be thumb typing. So, and it's got the little mouse buttons on the sides, and so these are awesome. The batteries last a long time. You got the full keyboard. These little buttons, they're far enough apart and give good feedback that you can actually type on it fairly quickly if you wanted to. So yeah, these are the keyboard of choice. You know, and they're made by a bazillion different manufacturers, so I don't even know what the model number on this is. Doesn't even have a model number on that. But here's another one I got. I bought several over the years, so I have plans to use them for different projects. So here's an H9 mini keyboard. From who? I don't know. Is H9 a company? I don't know. Doesn't matter. And here's another one, the T16 wireless touchpad mini keyboard. But they're definitely worth taking a look at if you need to use a keyboard with a system like an Android TV, or because if you're trying to put in a pretty long password for your wireless, yeah, you need something to type it in, as opposed to like trying to use the Android TVs come with these little remotes, and it's just, they're fine for some things, but they're just horrible for trying to use an on-screen keyboard to type in a long wireless password, or you know, just whenever you need to type. So that's pretty much what I got for today. So guess we'll call that one done.
Gary's Gadgets!